All right, so here's the video I've been talking about for a week. RSI. It should not be more than 4 minutes because it's extremely simple to explain how to read RSI. For one, relative strength index, that's what it means. You're basically looking for stuff that's oversold or overbought. And how strong something is as an indication of where it's most likely going to go. Okay? So we take a look at Apple here on the 5 minutes. One thing I want to note is that, again, with RSI, just like MACD, the higher the time frame, the stronger the indicator is, basically. And I'll show you that in just a second. 5 minutes, you can see you have these super massive and quick spikes up and down, right? This last, like 2, 10, 15 minutes, RSI just dropped all the way back. And here's what you're going to be looking for. Drops all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom, right? You see that there's a box. It goes from 70, right, all the way to 30. That's because anything under 30 is what we would call oversold, right? Undervalued, et cetera, et cetera. You can see once it dips below 30 and closer to 0, it gets this little red bar inside of it. The closer it is to 0, the more oversold it is, which like down here, it was super oversold. On the 5 minutes, again, meaning it's likely going to come up, and it slowly did, right, from this low. It never really came back to this low since. Then again, once we get to a high, right, like here, it sells off. And it doesn't have to sell all the way back down. Like all the way back down here doesn't bring it all the way back to 0, right? It's just relative to the current time. So, it got to the top, went over closer to 100. Again, closer to 100, you get that green little filling inside here, indicating that it's been pretty bought constantly and it's probably overbought, at least on the 5 minutes. It needs a little bit of a pullback to bring it back down to a reasonable RSI, which is exactly what it did. Same thing, came up here, and then, again, overbought, had a massive spike down, right? Same thing, once we touched over 70, it didn't really get up to that, 80, 90-ish level, but it still had a massive drop right back down. You could see on the 5 minutes, this could be a decent indicator that will have a pop on Monday, maybe Tuesday even, on the 5 minutes again. It might be a quick little pop and then continue back down because, as you see here, once you go to, say, the 15 minutes, right, we're not at the 30 level on RSI for 15, right? That means it's not really completely oversold yet. And it also never really got to the completely overbought. It pretty much got there. It touched there. And again, keep in mind those past two little, jumps up to like 90-ish, 85-ish, right? You can see that last time I think it was at like 83. Now it's at 81. And now if you jump up to the 30 minutes, you'll see that these spikes are only at 77. And, the higher the time frame, again, the lower it'll become. Again, this last little bar here, this drop off, only down to the 50-ish level right now, right? And I'm sorry, I'm a little sick, so I sound a little congested, but I lost my voice for the past week. Anyway, point being, again, you don't see these green bars in here anymore, the green filling, the red filling. It's because, these moves, and down here, this was stronger because these are some big sell-offs over here. Boom. But, yeah, the higher the indicator, the stronger, or the higher the time frame, the stronger the indicator. Okay? Just again, why you don't see, the move all the way down here like you did on the 5, right? So on the 5 minutes, that's a pretty big move. On 30 minutes, you still haven't really even covered, what happened like, a few hours ago, right? But on the 5, again, you covered what happened for the past 30 minutes, basically, right? Which is a massive sell-off. It's a huge red candle. It covers pretty much the entire end of the day's move. And yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I want to look at. I guess we can go over a few names for this upcoming week that might be good buys, right? For one, Apple. Again, it doesn't look bad, but again, you get to the higher time frames, and it kind of looks a little less. I might even want to get in puts here, to be honest, for the 30 minutes. Maybe even a swing back down, probably looking like 223ish level, 224. Probably be my goal. And then if it breaks that, you can see there's nice support here. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times where it touches around that level and rejects. And even like this here as well. And then you also got like over here, right here. Let's just draw a line through it so you can see. Boom, just like that. I mean, it touches a lot here, right? And this is acting, it's acting as a pretty big level to break for both directions, the upside and the downside now. So one, you have that. Let's see SPY. And again, the higher you go on the time frame, the more reliable the indicator. In my opinion, that's pretty much the general opinion, the consensus. Yeah, same here. SPY is pretty much in the middle. It can honestly go either direction right now, but calls might not be the worst idea here. 30 minutes on the 5. On the 5, you are a little overbought, which I mean, you know what? I'm on the wrong thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. No. What is happening here? There we go. Okay. Sorry. So no, SPY is not overbought right now. It's pretty much in the middle. Again, SPY had this massive run up, so we really got to see what happens on Monday to really take a look at what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. All-time highs after all-time highs pretty much on SPY. So I mean that's your level to watch right now, is that like 573-ish, right under. I might pick up some puts if it touches around 573 again. Maybe a little farther dated. I don't know. Just a thought. Again, nobody can predict a top or a bottom or anything like that. So again, do your own research, make up your mind, etc. But you can see that once we got to the 573, we did touch the upper level of the 70 on the RSI. Let's take a look at Amazon. Again, yep, right back to this level. I'm still thinking Amazon puts could work, but again, Amazon could want that 200 level, because a lot of the big names that make up SPY and QQQ, they haven't hit their all-time highs yet, unlike the indices. Let's take a look at 30 minutes. Again, still pushing that upper range on RSI. I did not mean to do that. Okay, yeah. So anyway. I mean, we're pushing it, definitely. Kind of breaking through this resistance here. That was over here. I mean, yeah, we could be clear. I wouldn't grab puts yet on Amazon, to be honest. Actually, you do have this over here, though. If we do get back under this, it could work for puts. I see what happens Monday morning, right? You see RSI again on the 5 and the 30 is pretty high. You might be looking for a pullback. Then again, Amazon could want it. They could just run all the way to 200. 200 is not that far for Amazon. $9 would be 2 days. 2 days of moves. I mean, it could be 1 day. Hell, I mean, what did Amazon move? Only moved $1.73 that day on Friday. All right. Well, I mean, I guess. Anyway, that concludes it. Watch out for that 30 level. Watch out for that 70 level. 70, you're overbought. 30, you're oversold. Definitely watch out if it touches 0 or near 0 and 100 on the upside, right? Which is your best bet. And on a higher time frame, you're most likely. And again, no indicator is guaranteed. You should never ever trust an indicator fully. Like maybe I should give you one example, right? On Amazon here. So I see. Like right here, right? RSI, this is holding this level here on my Fibonacci recently, right? It's holding that level that I perfectly drew on Fib, yeah? But yet again, it is down here when it comes to RSI, closer to 30 level, and that's on 15 minutes, right? So it's getting stronger, definitely stronger than the 5 and the 1, and it bounces right off, boom, breaks through. Once it gets to the upper range, then I'd probably take profits, right? You could still hold if it's a swing, whatever. But day trade, you let it go. Take them profits. It gets up here, you're running a risk, just take it. Leave a runner if you want. You're golden. Again, depends on expirations, thetas, deltas, yada, 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 yada. I mean, I think that's all, I really had to say. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments below. Join that Discord. Again, it's free. There is a paid version. And I can get you the paid version as cheap as you want it. But yeah, join the free site at least. Have conversations. Plan, plot.